Hey guys, it's Harley. Today's video I'm going to be ranking the 2022 Best Picture nominees for the Oscars based on my enjoyment of them. Now the Oscars are less than 48 hours away. I wanted to make sure to get this ranking out before I actually truly get this channel launched. So I do apologize. The channel is still a little bit of a work in progress. But if I waited to get everything set up the way I really wanted it to, we'd be going over the Best Picture nominees for the 2023 Oscars. I have been busy at work working on my other YouTube channel, which is Harley Funk Horror. If you guys are horror fans, definitely check that channel out. This channel is going to be dedicated for all films that are not horror related. You will see in the future this will be a very active channel. But anyways, the reason we're here, the 2022 Oscar Best Picture nominees, we're going to rank them down from 10 to 1. Like I said, going to be based off of my enjoyment of them. So let's get to it. Number 10, Drive My Car. This is where I'm just going to be flat out honest. I am an absolute rookie when it comes to foreign films. I have a definite lack of knowledge. When it comes to films that are released outside the States, hopefully that's something I'm going to rectify in the future. But Drive My Car probably wasn't the best introduction for me to dip my toes in the water of foreign films. This is a 3-hour movie. It felt about 6 hours long. I know it has its fans. I've heard a lot of hype about it. I was excited to watch it just because of all the hype that I had heard from it. But I'm guessing those are coming from people that were a little bit more well-versed in foreign films. I had a hard time connecting with this one. Number nine is Dune. Once again, this is a film that a lot of people connected with, but unfortunately I didn't. I felt like they crammed a lot of story into its 3-hour runtime. And of course, when it got released, I mean, we didn't even know if there was going to be a second one or not. So if it's open-end, it really pissed a lot of people off. Now, of course, they have announced there is going to be a second one. And I will see it when it comes out, and maybe that will help me improve my enjoyment of this one. I also realized I didn't get a chance to see Dune on the big screen. This is a film that really needs to be experienced in a theater. I also believe this is a film that needs to be watched more than once. I didn't catch a lot of the plot, didn't understand a lot what was going on. I wasn't familiar with the source material from 1984, neither was I with the books. So this was really a lot to take in its 3-hour runtime. So I plan on watching Dune again, and maybe that will further my enjoyment of it. But for this time, the first time out, was a lot to take in. I really think they should have gone with a TV series for this one. I think it would have made a magnificent 10-part series, something like that. Just like I said, it was a lot that they had to put into this first one, and just it was a beautiful film to look at. There's no doubt about that. I just felt very lost with the plot. I think they just tried to accomplish too much. Number 8 is going to be Nightmare Alley. Once again, this is a film I just couldn't connect with. It really felt long. It was gorgeous to look at, just like Dune. Bradley Cooper's performance in the film was great, but unfortunately, those were my only takeaways of it. Act 2 of this film could have been shortened quite a bit, easily half-hour trimmed off. There's not a whole lot that I can really say about this one other than I was just kind of bored by the whole thing. Number 7, we've got Power of the Dog, one of the more hyped films of the Oscar season. Superb acting in this, I will say that, especially from Benedict Cumberbatch. Some of the New Zealand locations they shot in were absolutely beautiful, but unfortunately the film just kind of felt lifeless to me. It's a slow burn of a film, doesn't really have much of a plot. It is more of a character study of love and grief, sexuality, masculinity. But besides the great performances from Cumberbatch and Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons, it just felt like it was a film that went nowhere for me. Apparently it didn't work for Sam Elliott either, but that was for other reasons, I guess. Number 6, we have Belfast, a black and white film where Belfast pretty much is caught in a holy war, so to speak. The acting was great in this. The soundtrack was absolutely amazing with all the Van Morrison songs. but it's just a film that didn't leave a whole lot of a lasting impression on me. It's shot in black and white, which I thought was cool, to kind of capture the drab surrounding of Belfast in the middle of all this turmoil. I think my favorite scene of the whole movie was when they actually switched to color while they were showing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You can kind of see the reflection in the woman's glasses of the movie, and it's just to show that not everything is drab. There is magic and there's color that you could find in films. It just showed the family having a wonderful time at the theater, escaping from all the chaos that was usually surrounding them. Also, the child actor, Jude Hill, who played Buddy, man, he did such an exceptional job. I really think this kid has a bright future. Belfast, I would check out. I definitely recommend that one. Number 5 is going to be Licorice Pizza, a film by Paul Thomas Anderson. Now, I realized, actually, I haven't seen all of PTA's movies. Like, God, don't shoot me. I haven't seen There Will Be Blood yet. I know. I really should at this point. It's only been out for a number of years. But I will change that soon. Boogie Nights is an all-timer for me. That is a movie I've seen several times over. Probably one of my top 10 favorite movies. So I was excited for this one. I was let down a little bit because I expected a little bit more out of a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, but what I got still overall was a good movie. The two leads, Alana Haim, Cooper Hoffman, they did a great job carrying the whole movie. They had a great on-screen chemistry. The star for the short time he was in it, though, was Bradley Cooper. Second movie he was in for Best Pictures. And his Bradley Cooper's portrayal of John Peters, who I thought was such an unhinged character. You know, that's one thing that I love about these Paul Thomas Anderson movies. Each and every character seems to have some kind of depth, and he does extremely well with handling a larger cast such as this one. I think with this, I'm going to have to go back and see it again. I think this film's going to be a grower for me, probably the same way that Magnolia was. And I promise, I will get around to There Will Be Blood up. Number 4. Number 4, we got Don't Look Up. Probably the best cast out of all the 10 movies that are up. You've got Leonardo DiCaprio and Meryl Streep sharing the screen together. You got Jennifer Lawrence, who turned in a great performance herself. Yeah, I was totally on board with this one. It's directed by Adam Kay, who directed Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, Anchorman, among others. He has a great resume. He was just able to incorporate his whole brand of humor into this movie. But not to get into this subject too much, but I felt that there was a lot of similarities of how the public handled the news of the meteor heading towards Earth and how they kind of reacted to, current situations. Subtext aside, this is a Hall of Fame cast that just ate up every single scene they were in. I had a fantastic time watching this movie. Number 3, we've got West Side Story, directed by possibly the GOAT of directors, Steven Spielberg. This man can pretty much direct everything, anything and everything, and he directed a wonderful musical here. I never saw the original. I've never been to the theater to see the play. So I couldn't really tell you if this is a beat-for-beat remake of the original or not, or if Spielberg had kind of put some of his own flares into it. But either way, I thought this movie was great. The dance choreography, the musical numbers were definitely on point. Actually, it's kind of funny. Without actually ever seeing the original West Side Story, these songs just must have come across me a whole bunch throughout my life because I recognized a lot of the songs. This was not my favorite musical of last year, though. I do believe that honor belongs to In the Heights, which I think should have been one of the top 10 nominees for the Oscars this year. But, back to West Side Story. Great time, great music. Definitely worth your time to see this one. Number 2 for me, it's going to be King Richard. Easily Will Smith's best performance I have ever seen. It's going to be an absolute travesty of justice if he doesn't win Best Actor this year. He absolutely absorbed himself into the role, showed a lot of acting chops that he's never actually had a chance to show. Will Smith, he's actually a powerhouse of an actor, something I just really never gave him that much credit for. I wasn't sure if I was going to like the movie going in. I'm not a big tennis guy. I know virtually nothing about the sisters, Venus and Serena, except for the fact that they win a lot. I've not actually sat down and watched a Wimbledon. So for this movie to work as well as it did for me and actually give me some interest in watching some tennis maybe in the future, it did its job. I can't rave about the movie enough. If you haven't seen King Richard yet, definitely go check this one out. But number one for me, and I really hope this gets Best Picture too, because I feel it deserves it, and that film is Coda. I had no idea this film was going to have as much emotional impact on me as it did, but when I walked away from this movie, I immediately wanted to watch it again. This truly was the feel-good movie of 2021. You know, I think the scene that impacted me the most was when they switched to the perspective of the parents, when they're watching their daughter sing on stage and everything just goes completely silent. The emotional impact, it hit me. What a wonderful scene that was. So like I said though, this was the feel-good movie of the year. It had some real genuine funny parts to it. I fell in love with the movie. It's movie magic at its absolute finest. So yeah, we've glossed over the 10. I should have full reviews hopefully in the future of all 10 movies where I can really go more in depth in my thoughts. I really just wanted to kind of give this more as a list of I either recommend it or I don't. But that's it. I mean, this is the top 10 2022 Oscar Best Picture nominees. Unfortunately, I don't agree with all the picks. You saw a lot at the bottom of the list that I really just didn't care for. I do definitely think some movies got snubbed. A couple of the movies I would have liked to seen in the top 10 this year would have been Palmer, which is a movie I don't think is talked about enough, starring Justin Timberlake. House of Gucci was really good. In the Heights was fantastic. My favorite musical of last year. Spider-Man No Way Home was great. Tender Bar with Ben Affleck, that was also a great movie. Any of those I think would have fit in great in the top 10 nominees for Best Picture. But hey, thanks guys for checking this video out. Like I said, this channel is new. I'll be getting more content out here shortly. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with some of the content that's going to be coming out, please make sure to subscribe. I understand this video is an absolute rush job. My videos in the future are going to be so much better than this one. I absolutely promise you that. But I really wanted to get this video out before Sunday so you had a chance to see it, chance to visit the channel. So go ahead, hit subscribe. The next week or so you're going to see a lot of videos being posted up here, and I'd like to make sure that you guys are on board for the ride with me. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time.